Hey, what's happening? Before we jump into the show, I wanted to see if you had any music on a hard drive. You have a band, you have a project, and you want to self-release your own music. Well, there's an easy way to do it. You can go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate and go get your music up on all the streamers. You keep 100% of your royalties, and you can get 30% off by using this code. It's a great, easy way to get your music up on the streamers and share it with your fans, your friends, your family, your mom, your dog, everybody. Everyone wants to hear it. But go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate, HYPHENATE, and send me the link. I want to hear it too. Send your mom the link. Send your dog the link. They all want to hear it too. We'd like to thank our sponsor, iZotope, the absolute leaders in intuitively designed plugins for audio restoration, mixing, and mastering. At iZotope.com, you'll find a plethora of tools and suites that will enhance your audio production, whether it's voice, video, podcast, or a full production recording session. Check out the industry-standard audio repair tool, RX11, or the multi-tool mixer plugin, Neutron 5, or the powerful Ozone 11 mastering suite, plus tons more. Go to iZotope.com and use the code FRET10 at checkout for 10% off. That's FRET10 to get 10% off at checkout. And again, the website is iZotope.com, IZOTOPE.com. What's up and welcome to Hyphenate Halftime. This is your show for Monday, September, call it 15th? Sure.
Something like that.
Yeah, why not? It'll be that.
Around there. Yes, 15th.
My name is Randy Randall. I'll be your host for the day. And joining me, as always, is my other host, Mr. Aaron Farley. How do you do, Mr. Other Host?
I'm good. I'm well. I've been out in the sun all day, so I'm a little toasty.
Oh, nice.
But all for good things. We had more soccer.
Oh, good.
And then came up and actually we're able to jump in the lake for an hour or so.
If you've been warm enough. If you've been following the narrative of has Aaron jumped in a lake yet this summer, we have a conclusion to this gripping story. The lake has been jumped in. How was it?
We made it.
Is it frozen?
It's nice. No. It is still warm. It's still warm-ish.
Does it freeze? Does the lake freeze over up there? Can you ice skate on it?
No.
No. Okay, it's not.
No.
We're still Southern California. As much as those mountains want to be cold, they still have to be surrounded by palm trees and bikini babes. And
I think the main difference is with Southern California and is that and everywhere else is that we're up high, like our house is at like 5,500 feet, so we're as high as like Denver, Colorado, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
We're a mile high.
Oh, that's interesting.
And that's just we're like our house, and so even if you go up into the mountains, it goes up to, I think the top of Big Bear is 9,000 feet, I think 8,500 or something, and Mount Baldy is like up in the tens. Mount San Jacinto is up there. It's like 10,000, 11,000, something like that. So they're like very tall to be so close to the ocean. But what happens is that it's still sunny because it's sunny California. So
it's still a desert.
So as
you're
cold
a high
as
desert climate, no matter how high you go.
As cold as it gets, even though we're as high as, some like, I don't even know how high Salt Lake City is, but I'd imagine we're probably as high as that or higher.
That's a good question.
Some of those mountain towns. But we have the benefit of being sunny. So it gets cold at night and it'll get down freezing, it'll get down into the 20s or something. But even if it's...
Oh, sorry, I've new information. Denver is significantly higher than Salt Lake City. Denver is sitting at 5,280 feet, 1 mile above sea level, while Salt Lake City is around 4,226 feet high.
Okay, so we're actually higher. I'm actually higher than Salt Lake City right now.
Yeah,
and I can see the ocean, which is just so weird, right? But so we get that weirdness because I grew up in the Northwest, and so when it's cold during the winter, it never gets warm. It doesn't get warm for like 3 months. You don't see the sun. it doesn't. You don't really get sunny days. It's always kind of cloudy and mucky, and there's like slush. If it's not cold, it's like slushy snow everywhere. But here you get like a snowstorm, and then usually about 4 days later, it's 50 degrees.
Oh my God.
Like so you get that like warm, cold. So for the long answer, it's never cold enough for long enough for the lake to freeze.
Yeah. Big Bear Lake elevation is 6,752 feet.
But that's just the lake. Look at the top of Big Bear Mountain. Like Summit. Summit is no, Big Bear Mountain is the tall one. I think it's 8,800, I think.
Big Bear Mountain Peak? How do you even search that? Okay. This is Big Bear 8,805 feet. Hot damn.
Yeah. So they're the highest ski area. Well, Mount Baldy is higher. Mount Baldy, I think, is, I don't know, 9,000 something. But that's only at the top of the lift.
Mount San Antonio is 10,000.
Yeah. So that's the peak. Yeah, the peak that you can climb to is 10,000. Wow. But then look at Mount San Jacinto. That's the one that's kind of on the way to Palm Springs that you see to your right.
Mm-hmm.
That one, I think. Let me guess. Hold on. I'm going to say 10,600.
10,834.
Oh, close.
Is that the highest? What is the highest?
Yeah, that's the highest one down here. I always thought Mount Baldy was the highest, but that's just the highest ski area, and San Jacinto. But I mean, you think about it, like it's 10,000 feet, and you're within, what is it, 40 miles from the ocean? 50 miles from the ocean?
Something like that.
It's not very far.
The tallest mountain in California is Mount Whitney at 14,000.
Yeah, but then that's up on the way to what's it called? What's that big old park that everyone likes to go to? Yosemite. Yosemite. Yeah. Mount Whitney, which is weird when you go up there and you go, like, if you ever driven through like Bishop and Mammoth, it's obviously gorgeous. Touring and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's weird to think that Yosemite, when you're looking at those mountains, like when you see Mammoth, like Yosemite is just one little mountain range over. It's like really close to that on the other side. And you can actually see, if you're in Yosemite, I believe if you know where you're looking, you can see Mammoth. Wild. It's very crazy. Very cool.
All right. Well, there you
California's amazing.
There's our California mountain check-in.
Yes. The weekly California mountain check-in.
Hey, everybody. Well, last week we had Sophie Weil.
Yeah.
Weil? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Wheel with a V. Weil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to some of her music.
She's incredible, right? Great. Yeah. Really.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, we've gotten to do some shows with her. Dean puts out her records on his post-present medium record label, and it was really fun meeting up with her on tour and getting to see her perform every night. She is awesome.
Does she perform with the whole band?
I think now with this new record, I think there is a band involved. She had she has a few projects kind of going. It's again, it's the thing I'm always like weird for, like, oh, the youth, like I want to have 6 projects going at all time, and any one of them could be playing 2 different shows next week. But
you do, just most of them have to do with your kids.
That's true. I have several projects happening at the simultaneous. But so she has another group called Pink Trash Can, and I think she does a label of her own, and I think now this Psycho Friend does have a full band, but when we toured with her, she was just solo. And very, very cool.
Well, that's cool. It's great.
Yeah, I was stoked she came on. It was fun getting to chat with her. It's it's nice now coming out of the smell month and getting into more stuff. I gotta say, I got a stacked lineup of interviews here. You know, I don't want to reveal too many secrets, but it's not bad. I mean, I think I gotta start putting these out and stop saying yes to new ones. I mean, I might be going up to December. I don't want to.
Oh, you're that close.
I mean, it's getting there. I don't know. You know, I don't want to tip my hand too much, but yeah, it's good. The good stuff.
I like not knowing. I like getting surprised on Thursday. It's my Thursday drive to work. I get in the car and I'm like, ooh, wait, it's Thursday. I get to listen to the podcast on the way to work.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I feel like that with a few different podcasts I listen to. I definitely have ones I'm always excited about. Like, oh, okay. All right, here's my day.
You're the only person that I actually know the schedule of the podcast.
Oh, okay.
I think any of my other podcasts that I listen to, I feel like I feel like that. They probably aren't, but I never,
Have it
I don't know.
religiously.
Yeah. Or I get so into them for a short amount of time that I listen to like
Oh, right,
7 or 8 or 9, like right in a
Play the
row.
catch up,
I'll
the
find some
backlog.
new thing.
Yeah.
And then I get super burned out and then I don't listen to it for months.
The overflow.
Yes.
Ryder, or our oldest, son, he's gotten into Dungeons and Dragons, and there's a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. When we had a road trip up on the holiday weekend we went to a beach north of Santa Barbara, and so he found this podcast. It was all about like people playing Dungeons and Dragons, like as a podcast. And as little as I know about Dungeons and Dragons, I know more now. We've listened to
that's
it
good.
on our drive.
So you actually listen to the people, like there's a dungeon master and then you listen to people roll the dice and do the whole thing.
Yeah, and I think they're playing it like on the computer too. I don't think maybe a few of them are in the same room, but some of them are just on computer. Wow. And not all of them know how to play it. I think like the dungeon master knows it and everybody else is kind of just learning. So it's good for him too, I think, because he's only played, with a few people. So it's nice for him to sort of hear the game flow, kind of how it goes.
Yeah. Is he
dungeon master person?
Does he want to become a dungeon master someday? Or
I think so. He's done it with his friends. Like he'll get some friends together at like summer camp or like after school or like on like rainy days when they have inclement weather days.
Yeah.
When they're inside, he'll bring his Dungeon and Dragon board there, or they'll make stuff up, or they'll like, do a different version of it. They'll do like a Marvel D&D kind of campaign, so like a role playing sort of thing.
Wow.
Where they'll do stuff. So I think he's there. He's in it. I think it's hard finding a committed or interested group of friends still at 6th grade. But I imagine next year, 7th grade, going to going to a middle school, the population will increase.
He'll find some other kids.
I think he's racing the nerds lane, but then I also imagine hormones will kick in, and Dungeons and Dragons may be competing for space on his schedule.
You know what though, man? Middle school is so weird. Like having the insight into seeing now being the second year teacher, but seeing a lot of the kids when they were in like 6th or 7th grade, and now they're in 7th and 8th.
It's a mix.
And seeing, but seeing how much they changed, like their personality, or just like they were struggling so crazy, and then they kind of grew up, and you see they come by and they're like, "Hey, Mr. Farley," and I was like,
"Nice,
you figured it out." Even barely like look me in the eye 6 months ago, and now you're like, "Hey, I'm just like a kid now. Just a kid, got a backpack, and just decided to come home, come say hi, and maybe see if you had any Jolly Ranchers. But if you don't, that's cool.
Just
like
living a socially normalized life.
Totally,
I'm not completely awkward anymore.
They're like, you were a mess last year, and it just took like some hormones and like growing up like 3 more inches taller, and like all of a sudden you're like, oh
okay, now it makes sense.
This is gonna be okay, I guess. I think you're gonna be fine. But it is interesting watching, because the like 7th and 8th graders, like it seems like the 6th graders are still trying to figure out their group, and they're like, you got the cool kids and you got but like everybody's kind of scared to be who they want to be, or whatever, who they probably think like, I'm kind of this person, but I'm going to fake it for a while. And it seems like the 7th and 8th grade is when like the nerds become like okay with it. And they're like, you know what? This is cool. I found my crew. And like they find their crew of like all of the boys and girls who kind of are nerdy, are like, no, I'm like, we're really into these games, like these gamer things, and they all have the same kind of lingo, like the same language that they speak, and all these like funny nerd memes, and it's really awesome. Like it's awesome to watch those kids, and it really is like some of those kids I had as 6th graders, and they were a little bit lonely in the corner a little bit sometimes, and had to like really pull them out to like all right, come on, everything's gonna be okay. Like, let's do work, and they're all really creative, but in very different, weird ways. And they're weirdos, right? Like they like say weird things, and they're weird, and you're like, yeah, trust me, you guys, you're gonna be fine. Like,
hang in there.
Keep thinking that, keep saying that, like be weird, because eventually everybody is gonna out cool themselves, and they're gonna stick there and be like, I remember when I was cool, and that's gonna be kind of it. Because like when you're just trying to be cool, and you're like suppressing the weird, or you're suppressing like the weird like thoughts, the individual thoughts that you have,
don't lose
to
that
get group thoughts.
Yeah,
like these individual thought kids, like they are so weird, and especially with the memes and stuff now and everything, I'm like, you guys are out of your minds. Like, you're so funny, and like they get the I don't know. It's weird. It's happened in 2 of my classes now, where I have this kind of group of nerds in both classes.
Are you allowed to
and
call
they're
them?
Fine.
Are you allowed to call them that?
I think they would call themselves
Okay.
that, but
All right,
like
good.
it's in the positive way. Like
Okay.
they're just nerdy about stuff. Like they're very into what they're into, right? Like to the deepest level, to the like no, let's open it up, and they're like, nope, this is what I draw, and I'm working on the details of the sword that is the goblin is holding, whatever it
Yeah.
is. And I'm like, okay. And then they all know, like, oh, you're drawing the Goblin 7? Oh, that's crazy. Like, did you see the thing that's... And they've now, like, as they get older, they kind of congregated together, and is like, yeah, the rest of the world doesn't really... Like, I don't know about those kids. Like, we're here, and we're cool to each other, and we're great. And this is like... And we're totally into it. And we're super weird, and we're going to show you how weird, and like we're not afraid to show you how weird we are. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I love it. It's so good. I'm a little tired this day, only because I stayed out late last night. I went and saw Thomas Campbell, past guest of the podcast, friend of the pod. Thomas Campbell has a new surf film. He just premiered last night
amazing.
in Hollywood. So I got to drive down there. The film is called Yiwu, YI-WO, and it's 11 years of filming.
Wow.
And editing and kind of working with stuff, and it looked amazing. I mean, I'd worked all
shot on film.
I think so. It looks like there's definitely some kind of digital like effects though. It definitely tripped out, but it's cool. It kind of just captures his the way he's sort of the stoke of surfing. We Dean and I worked on his last film, the Ye Olde Destruction, which was a skate film that he did. He shot on black and white film, 16 millimeter stuff. And I think this is kind of similar to that, but this is very colorful and kind of trippy and abstract. Awesome. But it was late. I stayed up late and then had to be up early for the Soccers and all the other things. But it was cool. It was fun to see him. It's always so cool to kind of get to go to screening. It's at the Brain Dead Studios, which used to be the silent movie theater, and then Cinefamily.
Right.
And Brain Dead.
I haven't been there since it's been Brain Dead.
Did
they change it a ton?
Not a ton. I mean, it's theater's a theater,
Still
but the lobby's nicer. The bathrooms are bigger and kind of a little bit hipper and nicer, updated.
They still have that whole back area.
They didn't have the back area
outdoor
opened.
area.
Yeah, I don't know if they use that or aren't able to use that. I haven't seen that going off for a little while. But
that's awesome.
But yeah, it was fun. I'm glad we got to go down. I took our 11-year-old to that as well. And
what did he think?
He was stoked. I mean, he really wanted to go. And I'm like, it's late, buddy. I don't know. You got soccer games, but he wanted to go. He really liked it. He thought it was good, but he was getting tired. We had to duck out just a little bit early before the film ended.
Yeah,
because he was struggling. So I was like, okay, we had to drive back. Get out of town. But it was fun. It's just fun driving through Melrose in the Brea. I mean, I lived there for almost 10 years right on that street. And I would remember just skating down to all those little areas before it was whatever Supreme and, Odd Future hip spots that it became. So it was definitely a funny moment just checking in with all these little areas. Like, okay, someone's still investing in retail. That Melrose corridor is still alive.
There's still people that, the couple of times that we've gone down there. I've taken Lila down there when we've gone to LA to to go to shows and go to art shows and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's still popping down there.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good. It's good to see.
It's one of those places that changes, but never really changes because it got popular as like a spot. I feel like 80s California TV really, I mean, obviously Melrose Place, but like it just like everybody would go to Melrose in all of those movies, and you'd see like when it was like LA, you'd see the montage of people in Melrose and coming
Hollywood
in and out of
Boulevard
the
and,
punk
like,
stores
yeah.
and Santa Monica, Melrose, Hollywood Boulevard, Sunset Strip or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that just became like, well, this place is going to be fine probably forever. It'll have its ups and downs, but
yeah, I mean, it definitely felt like living at Disneyland at times. You know what I mean? We're just like, oh, cool. Okay, you can just skate down the corner and there's everything's right there on the street. You know what I mean? From food to weird shops to music to just kind of, you know, just living in that heart of town, which is so fun at that age. But I think about it now, I'm like, oh, I don't need to live that close to anything. I like living a little bit further out.
Yeah.
But in your 20s, it's ideal. Like, can I live right on top of a bar? Like, that'd probably be good for me.
Seems good because if it's loud all the time, is it ever really loud?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then no one cares how loud I am.
If that's normal.
Like, yeah. It's all action, all excitement all the time. It's kind of what from 18 till about 32. I think probably somewhere in there. Like, okay, and then there's like, oh, I'm pretty good. I don't need any more action in my life. I got that out of my system for those 12 years.
Yeah, I like 2 or 3 hours of action now. Not like months in a row.
Not a 4-day party. Like, are those guys still living on the couch? Are they still here? Like, probably. It's cool.
I don't know. I haven't been home for a while.
Yeah, just somebody lock the door or not, or I don't know. We'll just figure it out. It wasn't really a hippie thing. It was just kind of, there was just too many people and everybody was broke, and everybody kind of just stayed there.
Yeah, there was also, I feel like when you're younger, there's a lot of, you're always thinking towards the future. Even if you're not like building, it's not like, well, I'm saving for the future or whatever. It's always like, well, I'm going to be in this band and like someday we're going to be this thing. Or
right.
I'm going to start doing photography and then someday I'm going to be this thing. I'm going to shoot for this magazine, or I'm going to there's always that looking forward. So then all of those things make sense of like, well, we have to go to parties because where else am I going to meet people that will eventually hire me to shoot photos for them?
Yeah.
Which is really how I got jobs.
It's
for
true.
most of my, I mean, for most of those times, like at least for 5 or more years, 5 to 10 years, it was like the majority of the work that I got came probably from meeting someone at a bar.
Always.
Or a show or.
And no matter what the living conditions were, it was always like, well, it's just now. I mean, why would I trip out on what it's like living here now? Because I'm not even living in the now. I'm living in the,
and I'm barely home.
Year.
So what does it matter?
Exactly. Yeah. It was funny though. I remember when I got in that crazy bike accident, my mom flew out and they were going to bring me home from the hospital. And I think my mom went by the house where I was living, and there was 6 people just like living there who had like bunk beds and a couch and, just kind of thing. I think she went by there and like, well, I don't think I'm going to bring him home from the hospital here. I think maybe so. We went to my aunt's house. She lived down in Pico Rivera, and it was like, maybe we need a quiet place where he can recover from brain surgery. just someplace to sit. And I remember kind of waking up, like, why are we here? Why am I not at home? She's like, this will be fine for a while. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
You are home now, Randy.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, that apartment or that back house it'll be there once your brain's unscrambled. But you need some quiet time for a while. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember my mom coming to visit an apartment that I lived in in college, and it was the same. Like, we didn't really think to clean up. Like, I think I didn't smoke weed, but my roommates did.
Uh-huh.
Like, both my roommates were like one of them was building like 7 to 8 chamber bongs that were like, we should see if we could build a bong that's the whole size of the dinner table. Like, by the way, we
Yeah.
never ate dinner there. It was
Sure.
like, it was just stacked with stuff. There just was a table in
The
the middle of the
the
room.
bong assembly area.
And like, you could, like, if you partake, you could sit at chairs around this big round table, and there would be like one of the chambers of the bong would be in front of them. And so then he'd be like, okay, I think it's done. And he'd invite enough people over for however many chambers he had built. And it was built out of like 2-liter bottles, and it wasn't,
He's very
and it was
professional.
something, it was like a
Gravity bong?
gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you like pull, they would, so then you'd have to have someone like, okay, you guys, everybody's like smoking at the same time. And then someone would get there and they'd like pull the thing, or no, they push it. How do you do it? You like push the thing down and the water goes up. I don't know what it was, but then all of a sudden it was just like, right. And so my main thing was like, okay, my mom's coming.
Can we just throw a blanket over this?
We have to get, you guys have to move the gravity bong, like wherever I don't know where there's going to be space. It's got to be in one of your rooms or something. That's really the only thing I'm concerned of. I'm assuming there's probably pipes and stuff laying around, and I'm sure my mom walked in and was like, I'm just not even gonna look.
Why?
I'm not gonna, like, I'm here for like mom's weekend or whatever, and I'm staying at a hotel in Pullman. I'm not staying here. Like, we're gonna be here for a short amount of time. You're gonna show me. And I remember walking into the kitchen and her going like, huh, okay, you guys do dishes or no? And it literally was like, well, you do, they're dirty, and then you clean one,
right,
and then to eat off of, and then you just put them back in the pile of dirty dishes.
That's
like,
where
why would you clean all of them? They're just going to get dirty again.
They live in the dirty zone, and then you clean the one and put it back in the dirty zone.
Bad.
Versus they all live in a clean zone, you dirty one and put it back in the clean zone. It was the reverse.
So bad.
There was a method to the madness. No, I think my mom said that. Yeah, I think she wiped a counter once, and she's like, no, there was more dirt under the dirt.
Yeah.
I always thought I was, a clean person, but again, you reach like a critical mass of dudes just being there, and you're like, there's no point in fighting this.
Well, and I never was a clean, like, I was kind of okay. Like, I just wouldn't notice the mess as much. I'm like, what? I mean, you have legs to walk over things, right? Like, you just walk over them. We don't have we don't shuffle for a reason. It's because we can walk over old laundry and stuff. We don't have to get mad at our roommates for throwing stuff all over the place.
Yeah. But so much of that
at that point,
it's just what you needed to do. It was also the thing too, like, well, is anybody coming home? Like, where is that person? Like, I don't know. I haven't seen them for a couple of weeks. Like, are they okay? Like, yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, probably. Did they go on vacation? Like, I don't know. Yeah. We'll see them. We'll see them when I see them next time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's been someone else living in their room for a while, but I'm assuming they just gave them keys. Yeah. I mean, at that point, I remember my rent being $75 a month.
So it's hard to complain about anything at that point.
But even then, it wasn't like a school. Like, it was a nice little house. It was a 3-bedroom house. Probably, it was 2 levels, and it was like the 3 bedrooms were upstairs. It was probably I'm going to say it was a 800 square foot footprint, and there was 2 levels. It's a nice little house.
Yeah.
We paid I think it was $75 a month. And, it was college, so I'm sure we didn't pay, like, maybe we paid water and power, but I'm sure they wouldn't trust us with that. They're like, well, we're not going to get that shut off.
Yeah. Factor that in. Well, that was what the extra $5 was from everybody. The rent was probably like $70, and then everybody chips another $5.
Yeah. I think that I was the one that was the most responsible, and so then, which is a little crazy, but that I'm like, you know what, if there's bills or whatever, I need to pay them, because I don't necessarily, I trust you guys, but not to this extent that you might just forget. I don't think you're going to steal any money, definitely, but it might be like, did you pay? Did we pay that? No, I swear we paid. You gave me money? Are you sure you gave me money? And I was always so scared to, like, screw up or like pay something late or something, that I'm like, you know what, you guys, I'm just gonna do this. I'll do it.
Just jump on it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very funny.
that's kind of how I always was too. Yeah, we had a practice space, and I remember I had to collect from like 3 to 4 different bands, and it was never good. It was never on time.
No.
It was always a mess, and we tried our best, but
You became the explainer to the landlord.
well, I think I was the
like,
one. They needed one person's name. They needed one person
Yeah.
on the thing, and so that was my name.
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
I had my name on a long-term phone bill for a long time that I found out later. It never went bad, but eventually, like, I got a credit check or something. They're like, "Well, you have this. Do you still live in Pullman?" I'm like, "No." Like,
well, it says you still have
there's
a phone
still a
number
phone bill. Yeah, there's a phone bill that
Outstanding.
is still getting paid by you every month. And I was like,
should probably get that.
"Oh, you have to cancel that? I thought I just had to move out."
That's amazing.
No, it turns out, yeah.
I remember,
Kids,
there was like a Lifeline thing. There was some kind of Southern California thing that you could say like you didn't make any money, and your phone bill was always like $20 a month or something. It was like really cheap. I remember qualifying for that when I was in college, and I was like, cool, okay, I had the cheap phone bill, which I was stoked on, because that was before cell phones or anything. Before
back when you'd have
a landline, the one landline, and no, I don't even think we had a answering machine. We just had the one phone. If it ever rang, like, oh, okay, cool.
Either answer it or you don't.
That was it.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
If you missed it, well, you'd call back later, or wasn't that important?
Yeah.
It was, very different. Yeah. Email, maybe. Kind of just starting, sort of. You could check it at school. We didn't have a computer in the house.
Yeah, I had school email, which would have been like 1995 was probably my first email address.
But nobody else was really checking it, right? Because it was only just for professors or for school communications. It wasn't like, what are you going to do with an email? Nobody has those.
Yeah. And then I got an email when I came down here because I worked with Travis and Aaron. So I had like a buddy head email.
Oh, there we go.
And then I got my own, but I didn't get my own for years. I just had like whatever. I had my school one. And then when I quit, or not even quit, I graduated. I actually graduated.
So it was a long road.
That's a way of quitting.
It's a long road to get to there. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of quitting.
When I just walked away, stopped. I mean, I had a hat on, but I remember
they gave me a hat.
I had to wear a robe. I don't know.
They're like, here's your hat.
Just take your hat and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But then I didn't have email after that for a couple of years until I needed one, I guess. I don't know. It's weird to think of now that when I just get like email dings all day, and I'm like, every 55th one is something that I need to read.
Oh my God. Well, this is so funny. We got to this. We backdoored ourselves into this one. I've had a Yahoo email account for decades.
Oh my God. I love that.
And I kept it because it always worked and it was fine. And everybody would tease me. And I have the same one, like the same name at Gmail as well. And then 6 other at Gmails. I have the Gmails. Yeah. But the Yahoo one was just the one I always used. And I think I had that, probably somewhere in college, because they were cheap, they were free, whatever, before Gmail was even a thing. And I've used it for now these, 25 years. And it just like last week got a thing saying like your inbox is full. I was like, what? After your inbox can be full for 25 years.
Like 20 years.
I never deleted anything. I just would read it and be like, all right, it's still there.
Yahoo's like, you guys, the one guy who still has a Yahoo, he filled up our whole server we have left. You're the only one on the Yahoo server now. The Yahoo server is full. We finally made it. We are finished. We're shutting down communications with the rest of the world.
We've officially done it, the one guy.
I feel like that's a good short film. There's got to be some kind of Timothy Chalamet short film in there. Yahoo man.
We can close up shop. You're the last remaining Yahoo person. We did it.
The door shuts.
This is the official end of it. We've been slowly closing them down, or people have just stopped. Just becomes tumbleweeds. But the one guy, he won't get off. Just tell him it's closed. Yahoo.
Can someone just email him, please? The box is full. We can't get in touch with him.
Yeah. That's how it felt. And I honestly needed it to work. There was like weird logins for something. And I was like, they're trying to,
What?
they like wanted me to verify something, and I was going to the Yahoo and it was locked.
One last email.
I needed that email.
It's like you finally get one important email after 25 years and your whole system is locked.
It is kind of
You
how
can't
it
even
felt.
get in. You can't even get into it to
It
delete.
was so dumb.
To delete. Do you know when they're like, because this happens to me, my email gets full up and they're like, you need to delete some emails. I'm like, ugh. And so I'm like, I just need, it always happens when you need a passcode or something. And so I go to delete one and they're like, nope, that's not enough. I delete 10 and I delete 100 and I delete 1,000. And they're like, nope, you still can't get email. And I'm like, this is a scam. I don't know where is this?
Is this
where is
Gmail?
this full?
Is this the Gmail one that does this, or who does this?
No, it's
okay.
it's my
Work
Aaron
one?
at Aaron Farley, like that one.
It's not hosted,
which
through
I still
Gmail?
pay for. I don't know. I should probably,
Yeah.
but I have to host my website. I just pay so much for shit that I'm like, I know I do need a website just because.
Sure.
I need a website
because you're in your 50s.
But then I have to still, you know, I have a past, Randy. I have a past of things that I used to do.
I know. You pay for it every month. No, I'm right there with you, man. I got RandyRandall.com.
I pay for all this stuff every month, and I look at it every month and go, I don't know if people are looking at this. I know it's a good archive. Mm-hmm. I like having an archive of my work, but is it worth paying the $40 some, $50 a month or whatever stupid amount that it is?
I have a safe deposit box I lost the keys 4 years ago. They still pay for it.
That's how I feel like. That's what I feel like.
Yeah. It's more expensive to go to tell them I lost the keys and for them to rekey it than for me to just keep paying for it.
Like, so will you so you just keep paying for it until it gets to that point to where you need the stuff out of there, and then you're like, all right.
I don't even think I have anything in there. I don't even know. Now at this point,
really?
It's like a pirate thing. I don't even know what's
it's like one Casio watch.
Yeah. I think it's probably just some empty envelopes of money that I used to keep in there or something.
Oh, wow.
I'd be surprised what's in there. I should
take the idea of putting cash in a safety deposit box. That seems... we seem like we're in the right place in the world right now to need safety deposit boxes, maybe. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Gold, jewels.
Yeah, some
diamonds,
gold.
wealth.
Bullion.
Might
what
be
is
good.
bullion? Is that just a gold bar?
I think it's, ways of capturing gold. You put it in a bullion.
Yeah. Go get me a bullion. I thought that was a soup.
It is a soup too, yeah.
It's a gold beef bouillon.
I think when you press something into a cube, maybe you press it into some kind of like cubic meter. That's what the bullion.
So you can have a beef bouillon and gold bullion.
I think so.
Is it gold bullion?
I don't know. I think so. This sounds very French.
We should look this up.
This is very fancy French.
I do wish we had the internet right now, but
if only.
Maybe later.
If I wasn't locked out of my Yahoo account, I would do it. So I had to pay. So I think it was just a way to get them for me to pay for extra storage. And then so I paid them the $2 for like an extra 20 gigs or whatever of storage. And I got my email that I needed. I was happy. And then I got back in, and so then I started deleting just like massive chunks from like 2018 to 2005. I was like, I don't need any of these things. I'm just going to go through and just start like deleting tens of thousands of emails. And so I've been on a kick doing that this whole week. If there's nothing more useless, nothing to make you feel more like just why do I don't exist in this time, than deleting Yahoo emails from
by hand
20 years ago. Yeah, one by one from 20 years ago. You're like, this doesn't seem right. There's people with AI. There's people with having computers do things, and here I am.
So many people just
searching why all the bad like junk mail I got from 25 years of email.
Yeah,
and then but I wanted to go one by one because I didn't want to delete like the one I want. What if there was something good?
Well, so what you do is you find one crappy one, like something you got from like spam from Bank of America, and then you search that email address, and it gives you like 1,000 of them, and then you just go through.
I did a lot of that. Yeah, a lot of big batches.
That is kind of fun. Once you get in, this is how old I am. Once you get in on a roll, I'm like, ooh, I'm enjoying this. And you watch that number go down. It's like your email is now 96% full, and I'm like, woo, look at that.
4 hours later,
getting down to 93 today, bros.
So I did delete. I did delete enough to where I could,
could
cancel my subscription. I didn't need the extra 20 gigs. I somehow got below whatever threshold. But no, I don't know the big number. It would be nice. It would be very satisfying if there was a big number, like a piece of pie that I was like shrinking. I have no idea. They keep it all hidden. There's no way of knowing.
What if you just got like a message in the mail that said, Randy, we inadvertently deleted all of your emails. We're sorry. Would that make you feel good?
Life
Or would it make
go
you
on
feel
still,
stressed out?
believe me. What point would living
It's like
do?
you have no chance. We'll never get these back.
God only knows where I'd be without you. Yeah, no, I don't give a fuck, really. It's okay. So, any of this stuff, right? At some point, I mean, not to be nihilistic. Again, I think last week I thought I was going to die, but I think it's, at some point, all of this stuff. I mean, we're men of a certain age to where everything we own, will have to go somewhere. And it really makes me want to buy less things as I start to consider this. Like the stuff I have, I know my kids and wife will just, throw most of it away.
It's a good thing we have less money. So
in my mind, I think they would sell them. Like I've had the thought of like, I should go through each guitar case or each little thing and just put like a little value. There's a piece of tape, but it's like this is worth $500 on this date at least. Like that's
please don't sell for $50.
Just just someone please just ask for more than that if you could. But again, I'm dead. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but it's more.
You want them to get the best
market
value
of whatever it was. But again, now this is fast forward 20 days or 20 years or something. Who knows what the value of anything is at that point.
Yeah, but this is true.
But it definitely, you go from that thought of like, ooh, that'd be cool to have, to like, that's another thing my kids are going to throw in the trash. Like, God. How much value can I extract from that thing for whatever time I have left on Earth? Is it even worth it? And then
trust me, I
think about that. Just extrapolate that in life. Like, oh, geez, okay, what is any of this stuff worth?
I find myself, scrolling for a half an hour, scrolling like Facebook Marketplace for cameras that we've talked about this, for cameras that I wish I had bought 25 years ago. And I just look at them and go like, wow, $200. All right, cool. And I think I get enough satisfaction of finding deals and saving them. And I think that's all I need.
Yeah.
Because then I do that, and then I'll realize I'm like, I've been doing this for a half an hour. Why do I have?
It was so much fun.
I have saved version of like guitar pedals.
Yeah.
And I have saved version of like 4x5 cameras, and then some like old point and shoots, and then all these little things. And then the next half an hour, I'm like finding a book on like Buddhist philosophy that is about letting go.
Yeah.
And I've realized just the other day, I'm like, I'm not really living in the middle anywhere. I'm like very much living on one side or the other at all times. I'm like living where I'm either like very calmly enjoying watching Towns' soccer game and like, this is great, this is cool. Yeah. And then, or going to a soccer game and feeling like I want to like call in the ref for the worst calls ever, and I need to take a walk, and I need to like, I can't believe they would do this to me. Like I only really kind of exists on both of those. It's like really cool and calm, or really like I'm glad I'm not driving right now because I would want to run someone off the road just for looking at me wrong. I've always felt that I was in the middle somewhere, but what I realize is like, I don't have a middle.
No,
I have the extreme calm or extreme anger and hatred. And I don't really have the like, maybe we could just have like a little conversation, like an argument, and like we could get a little heated.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I will destroy you.
I either go that, or I'm like, why are we arguing, guys? Like everything's cool, man. We're like,
peace, love.
Can we namaste a little bit and just walk out of the room?
I have to say that I reached a new level of dadness with, I needed to buy probably the 8th toilet seat in our kids' bathroom in the last like 6 years for some reason. Oh, this is like another toilet seat is broken. Yeah. Oh, I know. Wow. I know. And I just came home one day and like, oh yeah, my wife said, yeah, the toilet seat's broken in the kids' bathroom. I'm like, Of course it is. So then I go to Home Depot and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy the one with like the metal. There's going to be some kind of like chrome or metal, like fasteners, these little plastic bullshit things. And so I find it, I'm like, okay, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's got metal. It looks like metal at least. And then I think I have it. And then I pull it out, I lift up the display, I pull out the box, but I even checked the barcode. I was like, this looks weird. Is this the right one? How do I know this is the right one? And then I bring it home and I open it and it's plastic. It's like, it's the plastic one. Like, how did this happen? And I got so mad. This was definitely I had ascended to another kind of like a Pokemon form of like being a dad, where I'm just so pissed at the disorganization of the Home Depot toilet seat and toilet lid combos. When I thought I was buying the industrial strength one for a little bit more money. And then I got the wrong one. I was so mad. And Shan looked at me, she was laughing and she's like, well, are you going to go return it? I'm like, no, I want to.
That's why I'm mad.
But I'm so mad because I'm going to just put it in there and it's going to last for another 6 months. Somehow they eat these, they go through these things. They're doing jumping jacks while they take a shit. I don't know what they're doing on this thing.
You're like, I'm not mad at Home Depot. I'm mad at the world. Yeah. You don't understand. These two things are polar opposites. I realize how ridiculous it is that I'm mad, but I'm still mad. And actually a lot of it is that I'm mad because I realize how ridiculous it is to be mad, and I can't stop being mad. Yeah. That is what actually makes me the most angry.
Despite all of my efforts and my like checking and my like everything I did to try to not be in this situation,
yeah,
I am here in this situation. And I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes taking the old one off. It's going to smell disgusting. And I'm going to put this new one on there. I'm going to have to go find that ratchet that you need, the long ratchet that goes underneath the bowl for these plastic those plastic nut things that never work, that just strip. You got to find it and you got to have it. And then you got to remember the righty tighty, lefty loosey, backwards underneath, and the different sides you turn a different way. And like, I know how this works. And I just know, but I also know it's going to break. It's impermanent. There's nothing.
Well, I mean, imagine how many toilet seats broke when we were kids. I don't remember toilet seats breaking.
Never.
Ever. No.
We had the same weird cracked, broke. like spongy, like soft ones that were like vinyl. Then they would crack and they would like pinch your butt cheeks when you're a little kid trying to sit on them. And they weren't there,
so comfortable.
But it lasted for years. Years. We never changed those. And they were so gross. Like you're literally sitting on like sponges on the toilet.
The same TV for 20 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The same, like everything. Like you didn't get new stuff all the time.
No.
It was hard to get new stuff. Yeah. They didn't even have Home Depot.
Right.
You had to go to like the local hardware store,
lumber store, or something,
like Mac behind the counter had to like. Well, I don't know. We don't really. I don't know what size is your toilet. I don't know, man. we only sell 2 different kinds of toilet seats. So you'd get the one that was like a little bit too small, like it didn't quite go to the edge. And that you just have that forever because, like, what are we going to do? Buy another toilet seat? It's crazy.
Buy another toilet? Yeah. I will say I've reached the end of the Home Depot variety section though. This is so good. This is the dad wars, dad cast. I've reached the end of Home Depot when I needed to find, the hood over the stove. There's like the grease, like weird, like mesh wire things.
Yeah.
They're somehow supposed to be a grease filter, but it's just disgusting and gross.
Yeah.
We've had one that just keeps falling and it won't stay up there anymore. So I've tried ordering one online. I looked everywhere and I went to Home Depot and they carry one. And like, but you sell all these different ranges of hoods. Like, does this one filter you have like fit all of those? And the lady just looked at me like, I don't know why you're talking to me. This is like, just go online. I'm like, but what am I looking for online? I just have a random greasy, broken mesh thing in a bullshit aluminum frame. Like, how do I find this? And she was like, I don't know. She's like, did you measure it? I was like, I did measure it and I ordered the thing and it was wrong. The measurements were wrong from the thing. It's really, so then she was like, well, look at the model. I'm like, where's their model number on a hood? Like, it doesn't say it on the front. There's no like sticker. And then I did look inside on ours. And now I went in there with the flashlight. as a dad, right? As
Yeah.
once you have
Found
children, the amount of knowledge that you're just expected to have, this is part of that. And so I did find a name and a model number, and researched it, and
Okay.
I have great news. They only want $75 for a new screen.
I'm sure it costs really close to that.
An official
to
Frigidaire bullshit thing, official accessory part for this hood that works perfectly fine otherwise.
You know what sound you hear every time that you order one from the factory?
No. Dumbass. So
he ordered another one, Bob.
Hey,
buy another yacht.
Print money. So I did not buy that one. I decided just on principle again, as now really I've earned my dad stripes. This is not my first time being a dad.
I'll take the grease.
No, that won't even fit anymore. It's just that's useless. But I keep it because I need the sizing. But I searched more and I found a discounted site from Walmart, which I hate. I've tried as hard as I can in life to not buy from Walmart, as much as everything else is terrible and garbage, dumpster fires. But supposedly Walmart has 2 of them for $25. So it's on its way. I think it's
just got to do it.
I think it's on the boat coming from China that just lost all of its shipping containers in the port of LA. Did you see this?
Yeah.
It was like 60 shipping containers fell off into the ocean.
This happened
in San Pedro or Long Beach, wherever they are.
That's where my phone case is.
Could be a while. So we'll see if it ever gets here.
What is happening?
Well, we've done so good at not talking about anything real that would really bother us. So
I know.
For fear of just living in the world today, I don't want to talk about any of it. I'm done.
No,
I'd rather talk about dad stuff.
There's too much. I mean, listen, everybody's field is inundated with it, or whatever their feed.
Yeah.
Your feed is inundated with everything anyway. So
I can stay out of it. I'll let some stuff pass.
We'll just do Home Depot talk. I feel like everybody could, from listening to our previous podcasts and our although I have gone down a couple of conspiracy rabbit holes.
Same.
But
I've also gone down the other side of it too, where there's been critique of these conspiracy theories are part of the conspiracy theory.
Of course.
They shouldn't even talk about the conspiracy theories because that's feeding into this thing or that thing. And it's just like, okay. All right.
By the way, this is why conspiracy theories are so fun.
Right.
usually they're about like moon landings and aliens that are.
There's been some good alien news recently too.
Yeah, some good alien news. I mean, there's like all of the news is coming out, but I feel like everybody's feed is so inundated that you guys could probably figure out where we stand on those things, and it doesn't need to be said again.
But Home Depot and toilet seats breaking. This is important news that needs to be out there in the world.
Yes, it is. I have had to. I just don't remember. Maybe I was just out of it. I also could have been out of it, but I don't remember my parents ever changing. I don't remember ever getting a new toilet seat in my life.
Yeah. Well, have you heard?
Let alone a new toilet.
Have you heard this conspiracy theory?
Oh,
speaking of that,
let's go.
That you never see your neighbors carry groceries into their house. That your neighbors never actually eat.
I have heard this one before. Why did I hear that?
I don't know. Maybe I brought it up, or I don't know. Babe. This is just real. Like, it's very rare. Keep an eye out next, as you go in and out of the house. And usually, when you bring your groceries in, you never see your neighbors.
There's no one outside.
There's no one out there watching you.
It's like anti-Truman Show.
All rules are off when the groceries are coming in and out of the house.
The bags of groceries are the reset button.
Yeah. Everybody has to stay in their own house while they
it's
exchange.
Like you can't go outside. You're like, God, why our door is stuck again? It's so weird.
Somebody's bringing groceries in. If you ever get stuck inside of your house, so you can't view
I like that one.
Others receiving nutrients and power ups into their house.
I love. I have you heard the one that is that pigeons don't have babies? You've never seen a baby pigeon?
I've heard the birds aren't real. The birds are surveillance in all ways, but no baby pigeons.
No baby, because you've never seen a baby pigeon.
Huh. Okay. Sure.
So pigeons just exist as adult, like they become adults, and they just
they're born.
start as adults.
Yeah, they're just,
I like
they're
that
just
one.
reset.
Don't look this one up because there's plenty of photos of baby pigeons, but just in real. But those could be AI. It could be fake. You never know.
What was it a Simpsons gag? Why am I? Oh no, it's a Rick and Morty one about the squirrels. When like Rick or Morty can hear all the animals talk, he can hear everyone's thoughts, and then it's all like, oh, the dogs wants a bone, the cats wants trying to eat the mouse, and then he sees the squirrels, and they're talking about destabilizing the the El Salvadorian regime and monitoring the price of yen and how it all works, and then they're like, have you noticed this boy's been staring at us for like a 30 extra seconds? You don't think he can hear what we're talking about, can he? Like, oh boy, come back here now. And he just starts walking away quickly. Like, okay, squirrels, we got to get together. We got one. We got a Doolittle situation. We're going to take them out. Go ahead and call in the assassins. We need to fly the drones in here. This is the whole world is really being propped up by the squirrels.
I like that the squirrels being the CIA. That's cool. Yeah. I like that.
That makes sense. It makes as much sense as anything else, right? At this point,
they do get hit by cars way more than they should, though.
They gave their life in service.
You would think at this point that the squirrels that understand how traffic works would have
could be a false flag. Also, they could just have dead squirrels, or after they die, they just throw them out on there and they just make it look like, hey, we gotta keep up the race here. We can't make them think that we don't actually ever die. We need some dead ones, some roadkill.
Yeah, that's true. They could be just different squirrel factions,
warring factions. Yeah.
Make them run across the road.
Part of the Squid Game,
get out there,
sort of thing. They have
it's either you or me, buddy.
To be initiated into the ruling class of squirrels, you have to battle the gauntlet of a freeway or a road. And
trust me, the red ones, they never hit you. Trust me.
Oh my god. Have we talked about the red? I think red is the only color guitar I don't like. Of guitars. I've never had a red guitar. Have you ever had a red guitar?
I had like a maroon, like a dark. It was that Epiphone red.
Okay.
Like kind of like dark red.
Yeah.
But not Crimson. Like a.
Yeah, but it's like Fiesta red.
No. Yeah,
or cherry,
I agree with you.
Cherry red or fire.
I don't really like the color red in general.
I used to like red.
Did you?
When I was a kid. I feel like for some reason for red guitars especially, I'm just like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I have a strange relationship with the color red because I just am not drawn to it at all. And then when I started like kind of learning how to paint and make things, I started I got really into this reddish orange color. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of into it, and then, but it made me feel uncomfortable. And then now, even with painting, I went through all this time of never painting. I was like, I'm never using red. And then I had to start using red, and I realized that I'm starting to enjoy the way it looks, but I still don't like it.
Well, in film, red is always a powerful color. Like only main characters can wear red. Like you never see a main character wearing red, or anything that's red in a frame is always significant because it really it jumps out and it goes back punchy. To like Technicolor. It goes back to all these different kind of color processes, yeah. But the red is always going to have that's always of significance. It's like kind of a way of like highlighting, underscoring, circling, and pointing at whatever's in the frame. Anything that is red will always be something of significance to the story.
Well,
there's no random reds in film.
Yeah,
it's always a significant red.
Well, because there aren't really, am I going to say something stupid right now? That there aren't really that many things in nature that are red. Like roses, obviously, red rose.
Violets are blue.
But even a lot of, I could go so many ways. But even with film color, film, the way that, because they have to choose a certain spectrum for film to be, and so most films are more towards the green and blues because there's more greens and blues in nature.
Oh, that's interesting.
Than reds.
So even processing reds are just kind of.
But that's why,
reds.
Like, if you're shooting, usually if you're shooting and it's red, there's less. I mean, depending on your film, there's less of a spectrum of red, which is why red can often
pop.
Look very blown out.
Yeah.
In film, because there's just less there's less of a spectrum of it, except for like Kodak film is more reds and oranges, and Fujifilm is greens and blues. But it is an interesting thing because there's more greens and blues and browns in the world than reds. So I guess that would make sense that reds would be somewhat alarming to us.
Well,
Like
I think that's
blood.
part of it too. Exactly.
I guess
right,
blood.
Yeah. Yeah. Sort of one of those things. I think we're just, still that lizard brain, part of us, our primeval brain, that red is going to, signal danger or something, it's going to.
Blood and fire.
Interest. There we go. That's the new Avatar.
All the good stuff.
Isn't that the new Avatar movie?
Blood and fire.
Avatar, Blood and Fire.
Yes, that's what my just anything that dreams are made of. I was listening. Speaking of, I'm going to totally throw it off topic here.
Yeah.
I was listening to an interview with Les Claypool today.
Oh, that's always good.
Did you know that he and Kirk Hammett from Metallica were in high school together?
Yeah, I did know this. I think I've probably seen the same clip. He auditioned.
Oh, did you watch this?
Oh, yeah,
Which is that guy that does the interviews in his studio?
Rick Beato?
Yes.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I watched.
No, I've only seen clips. I've never watched a full Rick Beato interview. There's something about him. I don't think I can get through a whole one. But I've seen
pretty good.
all the clips.
I like it sometimes.
Yeah.
He lets the people talk. I feel like he just gets them set up to talk.
Probably good.
But it was funny
technique.
listening to Les Claypool talk about, he's like, yeah, and it's just like, we go watch Kirk playing, his first band Exodus, and, and I just keep thinking, I'm like, I can't stop thinking of high school Les Claypool sitting at an Exodus show at like a dingy old bar when they were kids. And I don't know, this is a funny thing. I don't know why that, because of Fire and Brimstone. I guess it made me think of Kirk Hammett. But then he has a great Kirk Hammett impression.
Oh,
He's like, hey, Claypool, man. Hey, come here, man. You got to look at this new band, man. This is crazy. Or no. Oh, that's what it was. Speaking of guitars, he was like, he remembered him bringing a torn out sheet from a Guitar Magazine, and it was a Fender Stratocaster ad. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, Claypool, come here, man. I got this is going to be my new guitar, man. This is going to be my thing. This is going to be my guitar. And then they showed the ad, and it was like an ad with one guy playing it, and then there's another guy behind him, and he has his hand up on another part of the neck, and then it's like, this guitar is for rock and roll, but it's also for classical, and it's also for R&B. And there's like a dude with an afro behind him, all in the same room. And it was like a Stratocaster ad, and he's like, this can be my new guitar, man. I don't know why that's popped up in that. I don't know.
That's amazing. Yeah, Stratocasters are also troubling in some ways. I've had.
You have one though.
I have, a few. Or I've had a few. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's a
weird guitar.
All guitars are strange. That one's particularly I always just feel I've heard them. I've heard them sound great.
I mean, Jimi Hendrix.
I haven't. Of course, yeah. I haven't had a lot of luck with them. I just feel like my ear is tuned to humbuckers mostly. But I'm
the same. Any of those single coil pickups, I like the sound of them when other people play them.
Yeah.
And if I ever pick one up, I'm like, this sounds like this is horrible trash. I don't like this.
I have a Telecaster. I like the Telecaster. Those are okay for a single.
But those are heavier though.
It's something different.
Like the neck's a little heavier. The body's heavier. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
It's so hard.
I think there's a lot of baggage. I would say that this Stratocaster, out of all popular guitars, probably has the most baggage involved.
It's true. This could be a whole episode. We should have started with this. We're going to talk about this for an hour and a half. The baggage of the strap bags.
Strap baggage. Strap baggage next week.
Strap in for hour number 2. We're going to be talking all strats. For the second hour is all dedicated to the strat. Now, what about that neck pickup, huh?
Let me go get a whiskey.
The Eric Clapton woman tone. Yeah, this is what happens when we record on a Saturday night. Okay, now who really sucks at guitar, right? Come on, let's get it.
The guy. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I have been having fun with my shredder. Shredder's still in the mix.
Oh yeah. I haven't even heard you play it yet. I don't think.
No, just that one night I was dicking around with it. No, it's kind of a bitch to keep in tune and all the stuff, the big dive bombs and things. And I gotta.
Did you get your locking tuners yet?
Oh yeah,
Does it have locking
it
tuners?
has the locking tuner. Yeah,
I thought that was supposed to keep it in tune with the locking tuners.
but I don't think I've developed the proper technique of tuning it and then bolting them down. Because once you bolt them down, then they go high. But it's also with a floating bridge. Every time you tune the low string, and by the time you get to the high string, the low string is fucked now because everything's been tightened up. So then you go back and you tighten it again. So then you got to tighten it to tune and then lock it. It's going to be.
Does it have the tighteners at the bottom too? So like you can you lock them at the top, and then you have like the little ones at the bottom.
Yeah, and there's an extra dial down there. I don't know. I feel like again, this is like a postgraduate research project. I have to really like study the mechanics of this thing and get it dialed in.
I feel like you should just play it out of tune. Just play it out of tune. I feel like those like little semitones. It's fine. You'll be fine.
It'll be part of my new style. but the throw of the whammy bar is so intense. Like I'm used to kind of a Bigsby, if anything, or even just bending the neck.
Yeah.
But now having this like real big sweep, I'm like, okay, little goes a long way. So I'm kind of just figuring out a technique that kind of is shoegazy-ish and kind of bends without dropping down like 4 notes every time I touch it.
Yeah.
So it started to sound kind of more like Looney Tunes than Kevin Shields. But it's very shuddery. Yep.
Speaking of playing, didn't your new band play, or you guys are playing sometime soon?
Or
did you play
RC Flying Field? The Jeff Rosenberg project, former guest, friend of the pod, Jeff Rosenberg, that we did a Thomas Campbell live score for the old Destruction at an art gallery, Super Chief Art Gallery here in Los Angeles. And then I have another project with Leslie Ashino, Dave Simeon, and Scott Cornish, which was sort of the evolution of the Randy Randall Ensemble. Kind of, I didn't like being just the band leader, and I wanted it to be more of a proper band where we can really all contribute. It wasn't really feeling this like, hey guys, jazzy dudes, play my songs. I was like, oh, let's write songs together. We were writing songs together anyway, even for that. And so I was like, I don't really need my name on a band. So that band has a show at the end of October. And so we got, we got 6 songs, this is
that's enough. It's plenty.
It'll be great. Yeah. It's at 3:00 at the Old Town Pub in Pasadena on, I think, it's the Sunday, October 20. Is it October? Yeah, it's October. It's a Sunday. Let's see. October 26th.
Okay.
Old Town Pub in Pasadena, 3 p.m. We're the first band of like 6 bands on. So it's the perfect opening slot for a new project. We can kind of hide in there. So, no one has to come. No one has to see it, but hopefully we'll, by the 7th or 8th show, I'm sure it'll be good. But we got to play those first shows just to knock the dirt off of it a little bit.
Wait, and speaking of shows, you went to see Oasis.
Oh my God! Right.
Maybe we can end on that.
Yeah, we
How was that?
We did
you
that
sent me a photo with a bucket hat, which I was very excited about.
I found a bucket hat. It was hilarious. It was great. I met up with a bunch of high school friends. My high school friend Kevin Mann had an extra ticket. He texted me the night before. I was like, this is the perfect way to go see Oasis. I wasn't really feeling so excited that I felt like I needed to get a ticket like, a year in advance when they were selling them. But so it was really fun to go. And, that Rose Bowl holds like 70,000 people or something. It's huge.
So crazy.
It's insane. So we met, I got a ride to Pasadena, met up with them like at a bar, and we all walked over to the Rose Bowl, and it was great. I realized, I like 5 Oasis songs, maybe 6.
Yeah.
And they played all of them at the end. It was like the last 5 songs they played for all like the last half of the encore.
The most popular.
I was like, oh my God. Okay. They played like Supersonic somewhere in the middle, like 4th song in, but I was like, they really got to spread those songs around there because they have a lot of like bullshit, like Dark Side of the Moon kind of Radiohead light, sort of just mealy mouthed kind of like weepy
middle songs,
bad versions of the good songs I like just play the good ones, put like I say like put a shit song in between each of those, but like get it all done with it within like a half hour. Like they played for 2.5 hours, and like 2 of those hours really didn't need to be there. It was just my opinion. so when I saw everybody posting me like, hey, it's so great they're here, they're doing the thing, like, yeah, okay, this is fun, and then like the wave of just talking shit and just taking it, I was like, That's true too. Yes, those are both correct assessments.
Yeah.
The critique and the celebration of the band is both worthy. I mean, I saw them twice, in the 90s or early aughts, and it was fun. It was fun to go with a group of friends, and I like all the snarky Britishness of it all. But again, I got you got your Champagne Supernova, and whatever the other songs are that we all know, and
maybe.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that song's great. That song's fantastic. Yeah, but again, they just played them all right at the end. There's She's Electric, which was it was another song from somewhere in there, but they didn't play that. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's. But I don't know what the fuck they played. But everybody was singing along like they knew all the songs. It was like these must be like theme songs to like football club, like soccer clubs in the UK, or like the theme songs to TV shows or something. I was like, I don't know how everybody knows all these other songs.
There's a lot.
They have a big career, a big catalog. I don't know whether they have like 18 records or something, but I don't know. Maybe I only
do they have that many?
Those first.
I thought they only had like 3 records. I could be wrong.
yeah.
But I was always surprised. I was always surprised in the early 2000s how big, because I obviously know that they were a massive band, obviously, and they had those huge hits. But I didn't realize until a bit later that of the super fanness of certain people of like, no, this is the best band that's ever existed. It's the best band ever. That there's a lot of those people. I didn't realize that until I met a couple of them, and then we had some that I didn't realize how offensive my views were. I was like, I don't know, Oasis. It's kind of like the loud Beatles or something, and like, whoa, wait. I'm like, hilarious. Oh, this is real. It's like you're like a real fan. Got it. But I didn't realize until everybody was, although speaking of conspiracies, I always thought that they probably hit a point where they're like, okay, we got to keep, because it would be like every 6 months, all of a sudden, like the brothers are fighting again. I'm like, they're keeping this going.
Oh yeah,
on for real. I mean, for like whether they like each other or not, they just know it's like when's going to be the perfect time that we need to like do this and literally make $1 billion. I mean, they're going to make $500 million. I mean, I don't know how much you make on the tour, a lot. But like when you're the two main dudes that wrote everything, and then you're like the two guys just splitting it, you're going to make a ton of money. And that they just like they really timed it perfect. It couldn't have been more perfect. Right before the America goes down the tubes, the British come in and they invade one last time. Although Radiohead just announced they're playing.
Oh no,
they're getting back together and playing.
I could definitely.
I'm excited for that.
I could skip that. I don't need any more Radiohead.
Really?
No,
I love Radiohead. Michelle and I went and saw them when she was pregnant with Lila.
Okay.
In Atlanta.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It was like the best. It was like the best big show. I hate big shows. I don't like going to big shows.
So I realized, Oasis, the first 2 records I like, definitely maybe What's the Story, Morning Glory, and the third one I like 2 songs off of that. But then there's 5 more records.
There's 5 more?
So they have, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I guess they have 7 records.
Oh my God.
And the first 2 I like.
Later ones.
Exactly, right.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I guess, if you're filling up 2.5 hours,
I guess I had my bucket hat pulled too far over my eyes to see those last 5 records.
You know what I mean? Whatever that was. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But I guess I have to imagine they were just all fucked up on drugs and didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
Even 2005, what the fuck record was that?
This song's called I Hate My Brother.
Yeah, and then there was one in 2002. I missed that one. Yeah, the 2000 was the last one I even remember, Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. And I didn't really like the one before it. And this one, I think this one I was finally just done. I pulled the plug on, like, nah.
They all just kind of sound the same.
I those first
I would
2.
Assume they all kind of just sound the same.
I don't know. They switched bands. I think I saw them on this tour. This is when they kicked out the bassist and the one guitar player, maybe even changed drummers or something. They swapped it out, but whatever.
Got it.
I'm done. I was done, but it was fun. Nevertheless,
I like the visuals. I thought the visuals looked awesome.
Oh yeah, it was a big fun dumb show. Kind of like the Rolling Stones. I just love hearing British people say, "Pasadena, how you doing tonight, Pasadena?"
We're not in Los Angeles. We're in Pasadena.
No, I feel like they must have just, there was like, you could hardly hear, like, understand whatever Liam was saying. Like, oh, I talked to Shock today. He got souls. Oh, yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
happy.
Next one.
He's just so happy to be rich again.
Oh, God, I'm sure. Good for
He's
him.
been complaining about being poor. Like when you watch the
those are all
interviews,
great
he's
clips.
like, man, we used to have people. I used to have a bloke that would make me tea.
4 people, yeah.
Now I gotta make tea for myself. I gotta plug in the freaking pot.
I posted a thing that I
love
think
that.
I reposted it, but I can't remember. But like Bill Burr, the comedian, he was saying like he's like I love Oasis. He's like, those guys are funnier than like most he's like, those guys are funnier than me. Like in interviews, they talk so much shit. Like they're funnier than most stand-up comedians. It's just for that. Like even if they never even played another like note of music, they just could really be legendary for being some of the funniest people on the planet.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
It's a good one.
I'll give them that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give them that.
They got that. Yeah.
They got loud guitars and they're.
I will say, after sitting through the whole concert, there's Ringo drum fills. Ba-dum boom. Ba-dum boom boom ba-dum.
Yeah.
Boom ba-dum boom 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 boom. It's a Ringo fill to open the song. 6 more throughout the song, and then Noel will do this kind of like Neil Young-esque, solo. Maybe that doesn't go as long, but just kind of
he breaks some strings.
No, just the tone. I mean, he like digs in real slow and goes for it, and it's a good, Les Paul, kind of bitey, but still kind of warm. And I was like, okay, there's like a few things that and you hear him in every song, like, oh, cool. Now he's gonna do that Neil Young solo. Like, cool, yay. That sounded great. I love that. Oh, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom. Ah, so good. And they all sang it together, and everyone in the crowd saying, oh, no, no. Okay, the next one.
Liam has
he does the thing,
tambourine and his jacket
Shaker,
zipped up to his chin. And
it's great. Yeah, all of it. You can see the shtick coming, but every time it happens, it goes, yay, like that. Do that again. Oh, okay. Oh, I did it again.
It's like a magic act.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's a trick, but you like watching it anyway.
Kind of like like being a kid, and your parents are just blowing bubbles. They're all the same bubbles. They all came out again. They all mixed it up. Oh, well, what's gonna happen next? More bubbles. But I love bubbles. It's just so exciting. No, it's a big bubble. Did you see that one? What's gonna happen next? More bubbles. This is. I was caught up in it, the spectacle, the majesty. But we were also talking shit, awesome. And then we were like 2 rows from the back wall, so they would take us, a half hour to go take a piss, and then go wait, for another hour in a line to get a drink, and then come back up, and we'd miss like 7 songs I'd never heard before in my life. It was still fun.
You could hear them from outside anyway. So
it was a social engagement more than anything else. So I appreciated Kevin doing that, and then I walked for like 2 hours. Because those guys because it was a last minute thing. The line for Ubers and whatnot was so long. So I'm like, I'll just walk up to the Jack in the Box. I know Arroyo, right there, the exit, so from the Rose Bowl up the hill. I know that little neighborhood. We've had friends that have lived over there, and walked to the Jack. I was like, Jack in the Box should be good. And they wanted like $100 for an Uber.
Back to Sunland?
Yeah, with 10 minutes down the road. I was like, that's not worth it. So then I was like, what if I walk a little bit? We're like, what's the furthest I have to walk? Again, my dumb dad brain, right? Like just being cheap, and like, I could walk another 10 minutes if it gets me out of the bubble. It's midnight now on a Sunday night. And then I was like, ooh, I'm feeling high from the thing. I don't drink or whatever, but just had all the energy and the adrenaline of it. Had my comfortable dad, giant Nike, yoga cushion shoes on. Yeah. Like, this is fine. I could still do this. And so I ended up walking to La Cañada High School.
Oh my God.
from the Rose Bowl up to the Jack in the Box, and then the Jack in the Box right there, you get Foothill curves around JPL and goes up to
a long drive.
It's pretty good. I was having fun.
That's a nice little park there too.
And then I got the Uber home from there, and it was only $50, which is great.
Oh,
but by that point, it's like 2 a.m. or 1:30, and I'm so tired. I get out of the car and I left my phone in the car.
Oh God.
So that I have to come back in, and then I ended up waking Shan up, and I got her like, it took me a minute to figure out how to do this. I was like, I'm so tired. But I used her phone to call my phone, and the Uber driver picked up, and I'm like, hey, I'm the guy. You just dropped me off. And so then he came back around, and I tipped him out. because I was like, oh, thanks. Hey, that's eating up his
Yeah.
money. That's, it's not his fault. It's my fault. And then the next morning I saw Uber charges another $20 if you ever leave your phone or leave anything and they have to turn around. So I ended up paying the $100. By the time I tipped the guy, I gave him I had $14 cash, and then I tipped him the 20 on the thing just because I felt bad.
Oh my God.
And then they charged me.
You actually
20,
paid
so
more.
Probably paid more by doing it this way, but I did walk for 3 hours after the concert. It felt like
You got some exercise.
got a little exercise. Yeah,
It'd be like a gym membership.
Yeah, for the month.
It's not bad.
I paid for more for it, so it was
Totally worth it.
It was an adventure for sure. Then had to wake up and then take the
Totally
kids to school
maybe
the next day.
Worth it.
Yeah, I got like 3 hours of sleep. And then take all the kids to school.
God.
And I was just wrecked. And watch it, but then I was having so much fun watching everybody's memes and all the shit talking and the Americana at the brand memes. I survived the getting out of Oasis Armageddon. I was like, kind of. I had a pretty good story.
Yeah.
But these were the same friends I went to high school with when we went to the first Coachella, and I got separated and ended up hitchhiking. I jumped in the back of a pickup truck, leaving the Indio Polo fields, and made it to a Circle K and called them from a payphone, and they were all crashed out. There's 14 people crashed out at a Motel 6. And I was able to call the room, and somebody came and grabbed me from that again at 2 a.m. And it just made me feel like being a kid again, going to concerts with these same knuckleheads, and us all just we'll figure it out. Who cares? You go walk that way to the dark. I'll walk this way in the dark. I'll see you when I see you. So we'll
tell each other a story when we get back.
Exactly. Yeah, it was
That's awesome.
It was fun. I'm glad. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
That's awesome.
Awesome, man. All right. Well, I will see you next week. Be well.
Sounds good.
Enjoy
You
September.
September to remember.
We'll see what happens in these next 7 days, and I'm sure nothing earth-shattering, life-changing, or destabilizing of any sorts will.
It's pretty chill.
Erupt to the culture war and rip our fragile make-believe democracy in half. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Nothing will. We'll be fine.
Yeah, why not? Hey, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Fuck ICE and keep resisting.
Let's go.
Okay, bye.